What you want to do on rebounds is something we've kind of already talked about. The question that you asked was, when you leave a rebound, should you rise to your feet, should you cover in a half butterfly, or should you just cover the puck? You're going to want to cover the puck as much as possible if it's close to you. If it's that close to you, you're never going to want to rise up. Actually, anything that's in close, you're not going to want to rise up. We've already talked about that. You're going to move, fill the angle while you're down, flare your pads, okay, and use a backside push. That's how you're going to want to cover as much wide space as possible. Now, if you make a save and the puck changes angle just a little bit and it's in close on you, you're going to want to make the save and then use what we call a knee shuffle. There's 5 ways to get around the net. 1 is a shuffle, and you're going to use that for angle tightening. 2 is a T-push. You're going to use that for covering wide areas when you have time. Usually the rule will be that you use a T-push for passes, shuffles for when the guy's carrying the puck, okay? Because shuffles are small, tight angle adjustments. T-pushes are wide angle adjustments, okay? Then you have your backside push, which is when we're down and we're pushing across the net. We have our backside recovery, which is when we're down, we're pushing and recovering back to our feet using a T-push. And then we have the 5th one, which is the knee shuffle. The knee shuffle is just small little tightenings of your body to make sure to cover and change angle. The big thing you're going to want to remember when you're doing your knee shuffles is to keep your hips above your knees. If you sink down, if your chest comes over your feet, then it turns into a bit of a bobbing motion, all right? And I'll show you both. If you keep your hips above your knees, you're going like this. You go straight along, straight along, straight along. If you start to sink back, it turns into this right here. You're losing area, all right? So these are the examples for small angle changes. See, now as you can see, when the puck's in close, I can use knee shuffles. I'm not creating any holes. I'm just changing the angle and I'm covering my angle. When the puck gets away from me, when the rebound goes to the corner, I'm going to use my backside push. All right, so that's how you're going to want to recover. If the puck stays in close to you, cover it up. I know you talked about looking through the net. If you're a little bit taller now and there's not much play happening and you can stand up, you can look over the bar and move in a stance, okay? But the majority of the time, if the puck's in close, you're going to want to be in your stance and you're going to be down low enough that the bar is not going to get in your way, okay? You should never be moving where the bar is at your head. If you can't see, just look underneath it, look through the net, all right? So this is going to be 2 examples. 1, where the puck's away from me and there's no pressure and I can look over my shoulder and over the bar. 2, where there's pressure, the puck's in close, it's a tight rebound. I'm going to keep my stance low. I'm going to use my VH, which is my vertical horizontal, which is when my pad is up the post on one side and my far side pad is covering the center of the net. All right, so these are both examples. Those are 2 examples of what you're going to want to do when the puck is high and there's no pressure. You can move and move around the net. As soon as it drops down low, you're going to want to use your VH as much as possible, cover as much net as possible, and force them to beat you, okay? Real quick, I know you said you wanted to work on your recovery from your back. First off, you don't want to be on your back very often, but if for some reason you are, there is really only one way to get up, okay? You lay on your back, you're going to sit up, keeping your legs out in front of you, okay? You're going to bring your glove hand around to the side, use it as a push. Put your glove hand right near your butt, set it in, push off of it, rise to your feet, bring the rest of your body forward, okay? This is just, if you want to get quick at it, it's totally just a practice thing, all right? Here's how you're going to do it. As you can see, you're just going to get your hand back around, make sure you pull your feet in. It's kind of difficult to explain. Sit yourself up as high as you possibly can, keep your legs completely straight, and when you push up, swing your feet back underneath you, all right? Use your glove, or use your blocker hand and your stick as leverage to balance yourself out. If you keep your stick in close to your body, you're not going to be able to get, some people say, oh, fill the hole in front of your legs. Makes sense, but it makes it harder to get up. So you're losing speed when you do that. I like to put my glove hand down, my blocker hand out in front of me, use it as balance. It helps to pull me forward, all right? Okay, what I'm going to work on now is called PSM. It's post-save movement. Has nothing to do with pucks. This is strictly working on technique, power, movement, all that stuff. The stuff that I showed you earlier in the video, the way you're supposed to be moving, your T-pushes, your shuffles, backside pushes, backside recoveries, and knee shuffles, PSM incorporates all of them. You should be doing these all the time, whenever you have free second outside the net, before practices, warm up, everything. You want to continuously get better. If you get better at this, you'll get where you need to be all the time, and making saves will become a lot easier because you have your whole body there ready to explode out from the center, okay? Okay, so long arrows through the middle of the crease, those are T-glides, short arrows are shuffles, flat lines are stops, BTs are butterflies, VH is vertical horizontal, and a small squiggly line with an arrow is your butterfly slide, and then small little C-looking lines, those are your C cuts. So momentum builds and depth varies, okay? When you're doing these PSMs, don't just do them, okay? Make sure you're focused. You don't go fast until you get good, okay? You do them for 30 seconds a piece, rest for 45 seconds. If you want, after you've done them and you're starting to pick up after you've done them and you're starting to pick up the technical ability, then you start working for speed, okay? 10-second burst, getting as far and as fast as you can, getting out of your comfort zone. Your hands are going to be all over the place, your legs are going to be trying to push as hard as possible, just going for speed. It's aerobic, and the point of that is to get yourself in motion and to increase the speed that you've already developed, okay? You do not need a net for these, you just need an open area on the ice. That's all I do them on, that's all any goalie does them on. An open area of the ice, before or after practice, during practice, off the side of the net, wherever, okay? So I'm going to do a couple more PSMs for you to see, and then you can start working on them yourself, all right?